Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. I have here in my hand the Staff of Moses. It's a publication by Solzer Publications. It's from the Risale-i Nur collection by Nursi, a scholar from Turkey during the post-World War era and the decimation of the Ottoman Empire and the Khilafah. I just wanted to read a portion from the book. We're here at Masjid Nursi on Milwaukee's south side on 2009 South 19th Street. Madrasah Zahari, Madrasah Yusufiyyah, the school of the Zahari school of thought, which Nursi followed, and Madrasah Yusufiyyah, the school of Joseph. You know, as Joseph was, if anybody's familiar, perhaps in the Bible or in the Quran, chapter 12, Surah Yusuf, the story of Joseph. Joseph was thrown in a well and picked up by a caravan of traders, and they brought him to Egypt, and he found himself, in the Bible mentions in Potiphar's house, and in the Quran mentioned the Aziz, found himself in Aziz's house, and Aziz's wife was attracted to him, and the Quran say that he would have been attracted to her too if it wasn't for the sign of Allah, that he would have desired her too if it wasn't that he seen the sign of his Lord. So she tried to seduce him, and he ran for the door, and she grabbed his shirt, and one of the fellow servants of the house witnessed it and said if his shirt was torn from the front, then he's the liar and she's telling the truth, and if his shirt is torn from the back, then she's the liar and he's telling the truth. And it was found that his shirt was torn from the back. So the Aziz, though, he was like, keep this quiet and don't tell anybody about it to preserve his wife's reputation. And alhamdulillah, he ended up still throwing him in the Sijin. And what shall we tell you what the Sijin is? He put him into incarceration, and he had there the companions of the Sijin, Ashab al-Sijin, the companions of the prison. The Prophet Muhammad said that the world, the dunya, the world is a prison for the believer and a paradise for the disbeliever. So Nursi, many scholars along with him were being tried, for treason against the Republic, as they were scholars from the Ottoman Empire, and the Kemalists and the new government were pressing hard on people who were working to preserve the old way of life. A lot of things, materialism, atheism, Darwinism, creeping in to the society, and talk of God, Allah, and religion were being swept under the rug, if you will. So, in an effort to preserve that, Bediüz bin Said Nursi wrote a informal commentary, and formal and informal commentary on the Quran, which is called the Treatise of Light, or the Risale-i Nur. So here at the Risale-i Nur Center, Masjid Nursi, we work toward sharing Allah's Nur, His light. You know, the parable of His light is like a niche, and in the niche is a lamp, a glass lamp, and within the lamp is a fire lit by oil, the oil of zaytun and olive, neither from the east nor west, still not luminous, light upon light. Allah perfects His light. And those who disbelieve wish that they could put Allah's light out with their mouths, but Allah will perfect His light. So I just wanted to share just this small little paragraph from the staff of Moses, which actually the founder of the Masjid, Suleiman Kurtar, his son, Salahuddin Kurtar, he started reading this for our weekly tafsir, our weekly jalsa, and sometimes we would talk about state of the affairs of the Muslim nation, and we will alternate. Some days we will read from the Risale-i Nur, and some days we would talk about current topics. So Dr. Kurtar, he read from the staff of Moses, and that's where I first learned about it. So alhamdulillah, a'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, bismillahir rahmanir rahim. My fellow students here in the school of Yusuf, school of Joseph, the easiest way to be saved from that dreadful, everlasting Sijin, prison, is to profit from our worldly prison, Sijin. And besides being saved from the many sins we are bound to refrain from, by repenting for our former sins and performing the obligatory worship, to make every hour of our Sijin life, our prison life, here the equivalent of a day's worship. This is the best opportunity we may have to be saved from the eternal Sijin, prison, and to win luminous paradise. If we miss this opportunity, our lives in the hereafter will weep the same as our lives here are weeping, and we shall receive the slap of the verse, he has lost this world and the hereafter. Quran 21, 22, 11. The Risale Center, they actually they serve for many years some of the brothers that are incarcerated. We do dawah work. We share the message of Islam and the message of the Risale-i Nur, and it's a hope for people who are in bondage of this worldly life, and in bondage bondage by other men, unfortunately. So check us out again. We'll come for Salatul Jummah, Friday prayer, 1 p.m. And we have some material here. Spanish, serving here the Spanish speaking community on Milwaukee South Side. Jazakumullah khairan. Allah reward you. Subhanakallah wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.